Welcome to the travel guide for Bradenton, Florida, where nature meets the city, the river meets the bay, and fresh-caught seafood is never too far away. And whether you visit for the dining, the art, the adventure, or the views, the city of Bradenton's got something for you. Good morning and welcome to Explorcation. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Skylar, and in this video we're showing you some of the best things to do in Bradenton.
We're starting off at the Saturday market downtown, and we have a few vendors that we can't wait to show you. The Bradenton Public Market runs every Saturday from October through May from 9 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. Here you'll find many unique arts and craft vendors such as tea light metal home decor. Visitors to the market will also find several great options for home and health, street food, and of course, fresh Florida produce. And music fans can also catch one of the area's talented local musicians such as Trevor Bystrom. The market is located on Old Main Street and runs from Manatee Avenue up to 3rd Avenue. And it's here at the intersection of 3rd Avenue and Old Main Street that you'll find a great new coffee shop and Orange Blossom Cafe. We found Orange Blossom to be light and bright with a welcoming vibe, and most importantly, great coffee. We ordered a lavender honey and a vanilla sage latte, both of which are made with espresso beans from local roaster Banyan Coffee Company. Both lattes were quite strong and not overly sweet, which is just how we like them. And while we'd happily order either again, we agreed that the lavender honey latte was our favorite. Orange Blossom also sells pastries plus fresh bagels from Uncle Nick's, which has a stand just outside in the Saturday market. Now fully energized from our morning coffee, it was time to find some food, and we had a few great options to choose from just outside the door. What drew us in on this day was Pilar's Argentinian empanadas. Here we found an impressive variety of regular, gluten-free, vegetarian, and plant-based empanadas. After settling on 3 of them, it was almost time to eat, but first we'd have to grab dessert, and that took us to Hoffman's Liquor Cakes, which offers a huge selection of unique cakes made just to the south in Sarasota.
Blueberry or lemon?
It's up to you.
Let's do blueberry.
Blueberry vodka cake.
Yeah.
All right. So we decided to grab a light lunch here at the market and chose empanadas, and that place had so many to choose from. So we went with a bacon and plum, spinach and cheese, and also vegan chicken. So I'm really excited to try the vegan option because I don't think I've tried a vegan chicken before. All right, let's look at the inside. Whoa, that looks like chicken. See?
Wow, it does.
Looks a lot like chicken. Are you sure this is vegan?
Tastes like chicken or tofu?
I think if you told me this was real chicken, I would think it was real chicken.
Right. I'm gonna try the vegan chicken. I'm curious. We'll see.
All right.
Wow, what do you think that's made out of?
I don't know, but it tastes like chicken, right?
I mean, the texture is like exactly like chicken, and I don't know if it has much flavor, but you can taste the other seasonings that are in the empanada.
It's really good.
Yeah, if you told me it was just a chicken empanada, I would believe you.
I have a feeling though that you're probably most excited to try the bacon plum one.
I think that's this one, right?
I think it is too, yeah.
Well, I've never had anything with bacon that I didn't like, so we'll give it a try. That is awesome. It's not super sweet. It's a really good bacon flavor. You can taste the plum a little bit, but it's really good. You gotta try this. Spinach and cheese?
Spinach and cheese. That one's really good too. It's very creamy.
All right, now that you've tried all 3, what's your favorite?
To be honest, I don't think I can choose. I think I like all 3 of them, but for very different reasons. So I don't have a favorite. I like them all.
All right.
Spinach and cheese.
Spinach and cheese. I think that one's my favorite.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's very creamy, right?
It is. I was not expecting that one to be my favorite. I thought the bacon one would be. I like this one better.
Our second day 1 stop takes us approximately 7 miles northwest to the 679-acre Robinson Nature Preserve. So we parked at the north entrance right here. I think we're going to take the tower trail to check out the view from the tower, and then we're probably going to drive to this parking area down here and check out the Nest Trail area. One tip for this trail is bring sun protection because there is no shade. Thankfully, there was a good breeze, which helped keep the temperature bearable on this 80-degree April day. So far this trail has been really hot and sunny and not a lot to see, but we think we're close to we found one of the only shade spots so far. It is hot today. After walking for a quarter mile and still seeing no tower, we were beginning to question whether we were even on the right trail. So we made it to this first shelter area here, which has some nice shade. So it's really good to know that there are shade areas along the trails.
Well, we now at least know that we did take the right trail because we can see the tower.
If you're enjoying this video and want to see more Florida travels, be sure to subscribe to Explorcation and turn the notifications on. So even though bikes and animals are allowed on the trails, they are not allowed on the path up to the tower. Now when we started this trail, we did walk past the paddle launch area, and looking at how calm the water is, it does look like a great place to bring your paddleboard or kayak. After around a 15-minute walk, we arrived at the tower, excited to check out the views and thankful to find it provided some much-needed shade. We soon found that the tower provided some fantastic 360-degree views, even from the lowest platform. Visitors who make it up to the top of the tower will be rewarded with even better views, including those of the Gulf of Mexico to the west. Here you can see some of the other trails that continue on. What was that?
It was big.
It was a big bug.
So the view up here is great, but it's also full of wasps. I don't know if you can see them, but I probably counted at least 20 of them up here. So if you're allergic to bees, would not recommend coming to the top of this tower.
Even though there's a lot of them up here, like, we're still gonna hang out for a little bit. Maybe.
We were gonna eat our cake up here, but I think that'd be a very bad idea.
Yeah, we're not gonna eat anything up here, but it's still cool to come up and see the view.
Oh, the view is awesome. The wasps, not so much. So a couple of flights down from the top on this tower, you still get some pretty good views and a nice breeze, and best of all, no wasps. So I think this is a good place to try out some of this cake. Our tower snack included some mini cakes, which the vendor was kind enough to give us to sample in this video. Peanut butter whiskey cake. Very good. I don't even like whiskey, but you can barely taste the whiskey in this. I don't think you're getting drunk off these, but the flavor is really good. That is not dry at all. And the flavors like blend well together, the peanut butter and just that hint of whiskey. So I do think the view from the tower is worth the half-mile walk, but I do think when we come back, I'll be more excited to ride our bikes on the trails or to take our paddleboards out. So we're just getting back to the parking lot after walking over a mile on that trail, which is the farthest Jamie's been able to walk in over a month. Yeah, I'm sure many of you who have had sciatica or back problems can relate. I was able to walk for a mile and be totally fine, but I still cannot stand in place for 10 minutes without having to go to the car and lay down in the back. But I still call it a win. Before we leave the north section of the park, we do want to mention that they have kayak storage spaces for lease, as well as private restrooms. Right next door to Robinson Preserve is La Palmasola Botanical Gardens, which we did have plans to take you to in this video. Unfortunately, today it is closed for a wedding. So if you have been here, please let us know in the comments what your experience has been to let us and all our viewers know if this is a place we're stopping by. Unfortunately, we were not on the guest list today. Our next stop takes us just a third of a mile to the south entrance of the Robinson Preserve, which, while technically the same park, feels like it's a world away from the north entrance. Now this area of the preserve looks totally different from the area we were just at. Way more trees and way more shade. So there are also stairs that you can access the building quicker, but we just thought the ramp to the boardwalk looked really cool. So this building is called The Nest, and it does have some events and also a play area for kids, but the hours to the public are very limited. I think today it was only open from like 9 a.m. to noon, so if you do want to come and check this out, make sure to check their schedule. We found that The Nest isn't the only impressive feature at the south end of Robinson Preserve, as we soon came upon the Canopy Zone, a 2-story adventure park with boardwalks, rope bridges, climbing nets, and slides. You going up this? I guess so. Oh boy. Yeah, this is kind of challenging without sciatica. But I'm also wearing flip-flops, so that doesn't help. Yep, definitely the wrong footwear choice today. Where's that slide go to?
I don't know, but I can't go down it with my sciatica.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna have to.
All right, I'll take one for the team. See you at the bottom.
I don't know, dude. Are you gonna get stuck?
It's possible.
Oh boy. That was like a real small slide.
Yeah.
Oh, look who it is.
Oh, that's hard on the back. Would not recommend.
Okay, so after all that climbing around, I think we deserve a snack. Looks really good. Now, this is your choice, so you get to try it first.
All right. You can taste the alcohol in that more than the other one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's good though.
And you can see that it does have blueberries in there. Very good.
Now you might be able to get drunk off this cake if you eat enough of it. What do you think?
I think the alcohol burns off.
3-4 pieces?
Well, maybe. Thankfully, we didn't have enough vodka cake to find out, and Skylar was fully capable of driving us to dinner, which brought us back to downtown Bradenton, right on the riverfront. It's here at the Twin Dolphin Marina that you'll find Pier 22. So for dinner, we came down to the river. We had plans to eat at Pier 22, but it looks pretty fancy and I feel a little underdressed, so I think we're heading to the patio, which is probably more our style anyways. Not surprisingly, we found the patio to be a popular place to be on this early Saturday evening, but we were pleased to find that we wouldn't have too long of a wait for a table. So you can watch all the big yachts leaving. You can see Palmetto in the distance and the river house where we ate at in our Palmetto video. It's a nice spot right on the river. And after a short wait relaxing on the patio, our inside table was ready and it was time to decide what we'd be having for dinner. With so much delicious sounding seafood and sushi on the menu, the food decision was anything but easy. Skylar got the white sangria, and this place has a happy hour every day from 3 to 6. What do you think? Oh, and he actually got a beer as well because happy hour was about to end. This place also gives you fresh bread and butter, which we're excited to try. And we've got a nice view of the marina. While Skylar enjoyed his happy hour drinks, I enjoyed some complimentary bread and butter and a refreshing Arnold Palmer. But it was one of these dinner entrees that stole the show.
So this was an expensive salad, but it has shrimp, crab, lobster, bacon, blue cheese. Pretty sure it's gonna be the best salad I've ever had. And Jamie got this crab and spinach stuffed salmon with some sort of sauce. Also looks delicious.
The salmon is cooked really nicely, but I want another bite.
I was gonna say, you didn't even get any of that crab, did you?
I know.
All right, yeah, take a bite from the middle. All right, we got some crab and spinach now.
You can really taste the crab.
So I'm pretty sure there's way more meat on this salad than actual salad, so I don't even know where to start, but I guess I'm gonna get some of this lobster.
Oh my gosh, that's a huge chunk of lobster.
So I got some crab and some lobster and a small piece of salmon.
Yeah, would you like some salad with your lobster and crab?
Nope. No, straight. Best salad ever, right? I would come back here and order that salad every time. It's that good.
Pier 22 is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, with breakfast and brunch served from 8 to 3 on weekends. With sunset approaching, we had just one more day one spot to visit before picking back up the next day, and that took us just a few blocks away to the Riverwalk. So the patio at Pier 22 experience was a pretty good one overall. We did really like the atmosphere, the views were amazing, and for once I actually out-ordered Jamie because my salad was way better than her salmon. Now her salmon wasn't bad, it wasn't great, but that salad was definitely the best salad I have ever had. Yes, it was $30, but it was $30 well spent because there was more seafood on that salad than actual salad. I gotta say, it was totally worth it.
So we made it to the Bradenton Riverwalk, and I'm currently taking a break on a yoga mat in the amphitheater area. Skylar is walking around. He's going to try to show you more of it. I think it's around 1.5 miles.
So this Riverwalk really does go for a long ways. I probably only walked it about maybe a couple hundred yards so far, but it still goes as far as the eye can see. So I guess this playground area is currently under construction. You can't get in it right now, but it does look really nice. So Jamie has walked about as far as she can walk for the day, which leaves me to explore this Riverwalk by myself. And I gotta say, it's really peaceful and relaxing. It's comfortable, there's a nice breeze blowing off the river, and it's a really nice way to end day one of our tour of Bradenton. Now we might have one more spot for you yet tonight, depending if we can find parking or not. If not, we'll see you back tomorrow morning.
Our day 2 breakfast destination takes us back to the downtown area, where at the intersection of 9th Street West and 9th Avenue West, you'll find Turner Donut Shop, a highly rated old school donut shop with old school prices. A Bradenton breakfast landmark since the 1960s, Turner still has a ton of old donut shop charm and serves up some delicious donuts and sandwiches to go along with it.
We got a blueberry filled donut and a large cappuccino. Try that giant cappuccino.
It's not bad, and for $2 for 16 ounces, I'm definitely not complaining.
And we also sure weren't complaining about our food order, which included a blueberry-filled donut and a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, which along with the cappuccino, cost us well under $10. So what's unique about this place is that they use potato flour for some of their donuts, which means they're not super sweet and they're a little more bready. So if you don't have a sweet tooth, they're a really good donut. But if you do have a sweet tooth, you can also get cake donuts here and also donuts with glaze on them. But Skylar, I think you're really gonna like this one.
All right. Yeah, it really isn't that sweet at all, but the blueberry flavor is really good and I do like it.
We actually didn't even know they had breakfast sandwiches, but when we were in line, we saw one go by to a table and they looked really good.
Good as it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Good sandwich.
We just left Turner Donuts and I really wanted to include it in this episode because we knew from the reviews that it was really good, but whenever I looked at the pictures, it really reminded me of one of those old school donut shops from whenever I was a kid.
Overall, we really liked that place. Now, it wasn't the best donut we ever had, and it wasn't the best breakfast sandwich we ever had, but it was the best breakfast we've had in a long time for under $10. So if you're looking for the best breakfast on a budget in Bradenton, you should definitely check out Turner Donuts.
Our second day 2 stop took us back to the Bradenton riverfront, where right next door to the beautiful City Hall building and across the street from the Twin Dolphin Marina, you'll find a rooftop bar on top of the downtown Spring Hill Suites. And while we had hoped to visit this spot the night prior for sunset, we soon found that the daytime views were quite spectacular in their own right. Here at the downtown Bradenton Oak and Stone, guests will find some of the best rooftop views in the entire Tampa Bay area. And like the other 4 Oak and Stones along the Florida Gulf Coast, this one also offers a great menu, a full bar, and pour your own beer. The feature works with a special wristband which you scan prior to pouring. Each beer is priced by the ounce, allowing you to sample a little of everything before committing to a pint. And while this feature alone would normally be enough to sell Skylar on a bar, the views are what put this place over the top. And I do have to say that they make some pretty good virgin cocktails as well.
So Bradenton does have a few good local breweries, but they obviously can't match the views of Oak and Stone. So if you're just looking for some good local brews, check out one of those breweries. But if you're looking for some beers with a view, then you gotta go to Oak and Stone's roof deck.
Our third Sunday stop takes us just a few blocks south from the riverfront, where you'll find an eclectic community full of 1920s and 30s cottages. The Village of the Arts is one of the most visited areas here in Bradenton. People come to see the brightly colored bungalows that are filled with art galleries, specialty shops, art studios, and even restaurants. And speaking of restaurants, Cottonmouth is right behind me, and we have eaten here before. They have amazing southern food, and it's also a great spot to catch some live music. While we show you a little more of the Village of the Arts, we want to know if Bradenton's on your Florida travel list. And if so, what spots you're most excited to visit? Let us know in the comments.
So So we are visiting the Village of the Arts on a Sunday when a lot of the businesses are closed, but we think it's still worth visiting on a Sunday just to see all of the colorful cottages and the outdoor arts. Now, if you are interested in visiting more of the businesses, we would recommend coming on a Saturday or else checking the Village of the Arts website to see when they do one of their art walks.
This little archway that's blooming right now is attracting all the bees. I didn't even notice it earlier.
Jeez, yeah, there's like hundreds of bees in that bush.
Yeah, they're not bothering us.
Our day 2 dinner destination takes us around 9 miles west to the Cortez Fishing Village, a National Historic District and the last working commercial fishing village along the Florida Gulf Coast.
So this is the traffic going out to Anna Maria. You can see the bridges going up over there, so there's boats passing through. But this, on a busy day, will stop traffic for quite a ways.
But thankfully, we wouldn't have to wait in line to cross over to Anna Maria, as our waterfront dinner at Tide Tables was just a few steps away. Guests at Tide Tables will find the inside space to be rather small, and due to the restaurant's popularity, it fills up quickly, but plenty of additional shaded seating can be found outside right on the Intercoastal Waterway, along with a well-stocked bar and a cash-only tiki bar. Fortunately, we had planned an early dinner around 4 p.m. on this Sunday and didn't have to wait for an inside table in the cool AC. We started off our dinner with a local IPA from Calusa Brewing for Skylar and a refreshing Arnold Palmer for me. We enjoyed the relaxed, old Florida vibe as we contemplated our orders, and while the laid-back atmosphere may be what brings you to Tide Tables, it's the food that will keep you coming back. Our order included the blackened fresh Gulf grouper and the Captain's Special, which on this day was freshly caught tuna.
Probably the freshest tuna you've ever had.
You're probably right.
How is it?
It's very good.
Okay, so you got the grouper, blackened grouper. Alright, how is it?
Blackened was the way to go. The seasoning's really good, but it's not overpowering. You can really taste the grouper. It tastes super fresh. Delicious.
So now that you know where to get the freshest seafood in the Bradenton area, you might be ready to hit the beach. And it just so happens that our favorite Gulf Coast beach destination is right across this bridge. If you want to see everything that
Oh, damn. Did it sting you?
No! Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
So now that you know where to get the freshest seafood in the Bradenton area,
You might be ready to hit the beach. And it just so happens that our favorite Gulf Coast beach destination is right across this bridge. So if you want to see everything that island has to offer, then go ahead and click here right now. Thanks for watching!